Richa, we have seen her growth in the last 1 year or so as a wicket keeper. We know what she can do with the bat. She holds the record for the fastest 50 in ODI cricket as well for India. So we know what she can do with the bat, but it's sometimes her keeping that has let her down. But we have seen improvements in that over there, and she's a very young player. Was that a correct decision to have her dropped out of the team in the last T20I, Annesha?
I think, Akash, it was more about giving an opportunity to backup wicketkeeper in Yastika Bhatia than really dropping Richa Ghosh, because we heard Ramesh Pawar and Harmanpreet Kaur say ahead of the start of the series that they want to finalize not just the squad for the Commonwealth Games but the playing 11. These were their words. So keeping that in mind, they made a concerted effort in terms of maximizing the opportunities for the playing 11, which is why they made a sweep of changes in the second T20I, part of which was also Yastika Bhatia donning the gloves instead of Richa Ghosh. So I think the rationale that dictated the decision making was to give Yastika Bhatia some opportunity and suss out whether at all she's comfortable playing this role in the T20I format. And we saw her keep the wickets for velocity in the women's T20 challenge. Prior to that, I think most people who had watched her keep wickets was only at the domestic level. That was the first time potentially she was playing in a high profile game and with so many people around the world watching her keep wickets. So keeping the progression of events in the recent past, I think the selection committee also, even in the squad list that was released by the BCCI, for a change, we saw wicketkeeper specifically being mentioned next to Yastika Bhatia's name, which is usually not the case in terms of BCCI releases. So probably that was a decision on the part of the selection committee as well and the think tank overall, along with Ramesh Pawar and Harmanpreet Kaur, that here is a potential backup in Yastika Bhatia that the team should look to utilize on the tour of Sri Lanka. And we know what she can do with the bat. She's a reliable player, adds a lot of reliability with her ability to just dig her heels in and steady, mitigate any wobble early on. So she's a reliable campaigner with the bat. Whether she's able to do justice to the opportunities she's getting with the gloves, she did reasonably well today. There were a couple of tough chances she missed, but overall, I think she made a strong case for her to be included in this playing 11 for the third T20I, and I don't think it would be prudent on the part of the Indian think tank to again get Richa Ghosh into the mix of things. Maybe that's something they'll want to keep for the Commonwealth Games if at all they decide to go in with Richa Ghosh as the first choice wicketkeeper batter.